for the decorative piece that we have going up here in the two gables, it's going to depend, of course, on the pitch of your roof. With the pitch that we had, we have a 30-degree angle. So basically I measured the length of the piece that we want, and the one for up here on this upper deck is going to be bigger than the one that is out on the other end, because it's going to be in relation to the larger length span of the roof. This one, I did 16 inches to the peak of this right here in the center of the 2x4, and then I did 30 degrees and 30 degrees up to that point. Then I notched out for our ridge pole. So originally, on the original house, there's no ridge pole. They didn't really do that back in the day. Sometimes they would do a 1x, but on the fly rafter, they would usually have nothing in between. So it would be a straight peak. So, but for strength and code-wise, we have to have that ridge pole. But once you put this decoration up there and everything, and it's all painted and it all blends together, it'll make that basically disappear. You won't even notice that it is there as far as it being different than the other. So that's where I notched down for it while keeping the peak, so the direction, so the distance will still be the same in relation to the rest of the roof. And then I figured out how much of a distance they had on their flat side for their decorative piece, which again, that's just continuing the angle of the roof, and it's just a triangle. So it's off of the flat side, I got 30 degrees here, 30 degrees here, so it's basically, this is a 60-degree angle right there. So that'll go there, just like that for decoration. And then we have right here, we came out the same distance as this, from here to the point is what I did. And then this is flat, this is a 90-degree angle right here, and then it goes up at the at 60 degrees, so it's going to be double of your 30, and that gives it the same angle. This is basically what they did back then. Let me slide this up just a little bit. So it's going to look like that. And then the ones on the two sides, there'll be in two more, but those are only going to be a solid angle, so they'll be slightly different, but for the most part these same pieces. There'll be one slightly different piece that I will do, and I'll show that when we get there and figure all that out. But so it's really not that difficult. It's fairly simple, really. It's just your same angle and coming down basically to where this dimension is very close to this. It is slightly different, and then copying that measurement down here to create this design where these points basically come out the same. And so I'm going to nail this together, put it up, and then we can get our level points across and figure out the bottom board. Once we put the bottom board in, which the bottom board, because this is 30 degrees here, but we're going to be coming across here, it's going to actually be a 60-degree cut to maintain this same angle. So that'll be 60 degrees on those two. But when we get to that point, it's just going to be a 60-degree angle on both sides, and then we can figure out roughly where to put the other two pieces and show those. short to short. .56 7/8. All right, so now we got our two side pieces. So it's basically going to be like this. Yeah, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Now on camera, that's reversed because the way the camera's facing right now. But this is the left-hand side, this is the right-hand side. On camera, it looks the other way. So, yeah, basically, we're copying this part. They're not doing a piece down here because of the distance. See, this is too tall. So they just didn't do one, which is fine. We're gonna put this here, and then to finish this out, this is our other new piece. So this one, this is your flat side of the board. We did 30 degrees here, and we went up the distance of this here is what they did. And then we got 60 degrees right here. So this will be going like that. And then the same thing over here is just reversed. So, we'll get these nailed together real quick, and then show you, put them up top and show you how they look. right, so there that is. There we go. So that's that one done. And basically we just go do the same thing on the other side. I'll probably just throw up some pictures of it. So now we've got the pictures on this one right here. I've done the same thing with it, except for what I did not do is because of the sizing of it and where it ended up being, it just seemed a little close. I did not do the little piece that had the 30-degree and the 60-degree angle at the top inner side of the two pieces that are on the right and the left. And that's actually coincides with the other decorations on the house. The big one has it. The smaller one do not. The smaller ones do not have them. So they did the same thing with those. But hope you like the way that it came out. It'll blend even better, of course, once it's painted. But other than that, I guess that's going to be it for this video with the decoration piece and how we did that. Of course, like I say, depending on the pitch of your roof, your angles may be different, but the general design is going to be the same. If you got that pitch right there is giving you a 30-degree angle here, you're going to copy that on your triangular pieces, and then you're going to do the reverse of that. So let's just say it's a 12-12 pitch. Of course, it's going to be 45, and then your other angles are going to be 45 as well. If it is going to give you like a 20-degree angle, your second angle is going to be 70. So you got to think it's like a right angle triangle. 70 and 20 is 9 degrees. In this case, 30 and 60 degrees gives you 90 degrees. And that's what's going to give you this design. They did stuff very simple back then. It may seem complicated, but it's mathematically actually very easy to figure out and quite simple once you understand what they did. And generally they were going to be working with stuff in like the very common measurements. So it's not going to be like an oddball number usually when you're dealing with historical stuff. Now if you're building a brand new house and you want to kind of copy the idea, you can, of course, and you can use whatever kind of angles you're going to want, whatever pitch you want with your roof. It may be more funky than that, but it still is going to be pretty mathematically easy to figure out. Once you get your first measurement, you just need to subtract that from 90 degrees, and it'll give you your second measurement. So for your degrees, angles. But hope you enjoyed watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section. Maybe even if you have some ideas for some other videos as far as some stuff you would like to see. Otherwise, if you're, it's just basically just going to be whatever we're working on at the time. But hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you the next time.